Good morning, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 17517 Oak Meadows Lane here in Lake Oswego. We're located at the front of the house. We are to the left of the doorway, right in this corner notch-out spot here. This is right through this wall is the garage. We have a 3-inch ABS cleanout. It's hiding down in here in the water shutoff area, it looks like. It's under a concrete lid. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We do have water currently running, and we'll zero out the foot counter right here at the bottom of the cleanout. Alright, off we go here. Got some standing water here. It looks pretty minor. We'll get a better view of that when the line's drained out at the end, but it does not appear to be a significant belly, and there's no buildup in the area either. All the little stringy items we've seen thus far, there's some there, all appear to just be cobwebs, not roots. And we're going to take another look here when we come back. It almost looks like you may have roots penetrating in there. There's definitely junk at the top of the pipe, and a lot of it looks like it's got some stringiness to it. It looks eerily similar to roots. We'll take a second look at the end. It's kind of a hard spot to tell the way. If it is, it's probably where there's if they're actually roots anyway, not just debris. It would be where there's like a crack in the pipe and they're kind of weaseling their way through it. It's not affecting functionality, but we'll try and get a better view there. Line transitions here, looks like over to, this appears to be 6-inch 3034. Sometimes, too, you get spots like that where you get debris at the top of the pipe because there was a clog there in the past and a bunch of junk got stuck to the top of the pipe and just kind of mimics the look of roots, depending on what the blockage was made of. And we've reached the main here at 93 feet. Pretty long sewer line. And it looks like we're tying right into a manhole cover, or a manhole anyway. So we're going to let the whole line drain out here for a moment before rolling back. We'll have a much better view of everything when we come back at the end. But as far as flow goes at this point, the line has good flow to the main lateral. We've got a couple spots we've got to take a look at and see if they need some work done. All right, located the camera head successfully. The line terminates at the main out here on Oak Meadows Lane. If you're standing in the street looking back at the front of the house, line looks like it crosses under the entirety of the driveway from the right side to the left side, and then it terminates at a manhole that's probably about 15-20 feet down the road or to the left of the driveway. And we're going to start reeling back here in just a moment. Now, our line here is pretty much completely done draining. It's just a slight amount trickling through at this point. And this spot here where we have potential roots, what I may end up doing is just marking it. I've got a lot of sun in my face. I'm having a hard time finding an area with a bunch of shade so I can have a good look at the video, the monitor here. So I may have to review the video at home to get a better view of it. Now, the PVC pipe looks great, drains beautifully. Yeah, I'm gonna take a second look at this area at home. I'm gonna go locate it real quick here, just so we know where it's at exactly. But almost everything up at the top of the pipe there is stringy looking in nature, and a lot of it would appear to be roots here at first glance. I'm gonna try and get a better view at home. The other option too is if it's hard to verify, what I'm looking at here does look similar to roots. That's a little bunch of sun glare in my face, but you have the other option of potentially running a drain cleaning machine through there and knocking that stuff loose to get a better view and make sure there's not a crack or a hole there. That it does immediately it does look like roots. It's a hard one to tell because they're not dangling way off the pipe. All of it's stuck right to the pipe wall, and that's what makes me think it's possible it's just blockage evidence from sometime the line is blocked. All right, I've located this. This is if you're standing in the roadway, staring back up at the front of the house. We're near the bottom left-hand corner of the driveway. And when it puts us within about probably 10 to 15 feet of some decent-sized trees. It's a hard one to tell right now. There's a lot of stringy-looking stuff in there. And it kind of appears out of nowhere. The other reason why it's kind of suspect looking is you notice how the pipe is spotless at the top of the line just before you get there. Typically when you get a blockage and a line backs up, you'll have the debris will come back towards the house, not move away from it. And that's what makes me think this may actually be roots coming through here. If the roots punch through the sewer line, it can let dirt and stuff come into the pipe and cause that to scatter across the top of the sewer line. Because normally when it's just a blockage, you're going to have all that debris will coming back towards the home, not moving away from it. All the pipe prior to this area here is spotless. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a very small dot on the driveway. I don't want to mark the heck out of the driveway here, but I'll put a small dot down, just get a depth, and then I'll try and review this at home again and try and get a better view here to tell exactly what it is. At first glance, though, it does appear to be roots. You may have to do some drain cleaning to knock that junk around and loosen it up so you can get a better view of the pipe material. Make sure there's not a crack there where they're penetrating through. I marked this here with a very, very tiny white X, about 6 feet up from the sidewalk area, again at the bottom left-hand corner of the driveway. And I'm getting a depth there of around 2 foot 10 inches to 3 feet deep, so it's very, very shallow. The shallower your sewer line is, the more likely it is a root's going to penetrate through it. I'll try and get a better view at home to have to look at it in a dark room. But if it's kind of questionable, the way that stuff's displaying itself there, especially with the debris going forward with the flow of the line away from it, not coming back towards the house, makes me think even more likely that it's roots. That would be kind of like a reverse blockage. It doesn't work that way. You don't block forward, you block backwards. So, and I've seen that plenty of times. But the top of the pipe is just spotless, going throughout this whole sewer line, for the exception of from that point forward. So, and if dirt and groundwater kind of dribble through, they'll often ride the top of the pipe because of surface tension. Now, and you've got a little tiny belly here again. From it looks like it dissipates out here at 6 feet. And start somewhere around, looks like 1 foot here. Looks like we're starting to come out of the standing water now. They're 1 to 6 feet. You've got less than a 1/4 inch of standing water there. That thing is teeny, teeny, tiny. If you're blocking in that location, it's because of what you're putting down the sewer line. A 1/16 to a 1/4 inch of standing water for 5 feet is about as tiny as a belly gets. The only time you're going to really have problems there is if you're putting a lot of junk down the line that should not be going down there, like paper towels and grease and tampons, stuff of that nature. So that is far too minor, in my opinion, to do any kind of repairs. So at this time, we still have good flow to the main lateral connection, so the sewer line is functioning properly in that regard, at least as far as flow goes. Possible root intrusion at 45 feet, which we'll try and confirm that when we get home today. But because the possible roots have not blocked the sewer line, we still have good flow. But if it is roots, I highly recommend taking care of them so their line remains functioning properly.